think you pretty much answered this question at the beginning of the program, but I'll ask it anyway. He wants to know if you believe that gold rallied the last couple of days because of the Swiss bank intervention.
It could have helped it to some extent, but I think the move was there anyway. And but I think that money is going to, long-term money, is going to, in part, come out of the franc and go into gold. There's just no question. Because in order to survive, the Swiss are saying, well, we got to play the game that Europe and America wants us to play. If they don't, they'll just shut us down, and they're right. But when they succumb, it will be on a long-term basis self-defeating. And so you will, over the next couple of years, see some disintermediation of funds from Swiss franc assets that will go into gold. And it's not going to go into another currency, that's for sure.
We asked this question once before, but I'll bring it up again because lots of times people, they don't get a chance to listen all the time. This is on a market channel in Canada, BNN, and there was Kevin O'Leary. He was asked if he holds any gold stocks. He said he holds 5% in ETFs and 5% in Barrick and Newmont, which he sells should he need cash because gold is very liquid. He was then asked about gold, and he says if everyone was really worried about inflation, gold would be $4,000, not $900. The question is, if the plunge protection team have that much power to manipulate gold and keep it in the $900 range, what chance does gold ever have to break out and reach its true value? If the plunge protection team does not think gold has any value, why do they waste their time manipulating gold?
They're manipulating gold because it's like the canary in the coal mine, I should say. And it's a barometer. And when you retard the progress of the barometer can't tell you that there's a problem in another area, such as in general finance and in the fiscal finances of nations. And so, in fact, even Paul Volcker said the only mistake we made in the 10 years that I was chairman of the Federal Reserve was that we didn't suppress gold prices. And he didn't. And they wish they had. And that's why. And the game that they're playing will be over when they're out of gold. And they're not far from that. I mean, they've been doing this since 1988. And a small way at that time. But since then, they've accelerated during particularly the mid-1990s up until the current date. And they have been trying to keep gold down. They let it up a little bit. They don't want it to go over 1,000. But on the other hand, I think they're comfortable with it going to 2,000. The reason I say that is that J.P. Morgan Chase, Citigroup, and then the other day UBS all come out and said $2,000 or $2,500 gold. They're all part of the Illuminati, so you figure it out. So if they think it's going to 2,000, 2,500, then I can assure you that it's going to go higher than that. And they only, they don't want to get rid of all their gold. I mean, Germany hasn't been a seller at all. France has. I don't think Italy has any gold left. I think they've leased it all, which is tantamount to selling. Portugal doesn't have any. Spain has some, but they're in such trouble they'll have to sell it sooner or later. It's not that much, probably 700 or 800 tons. Japan has what they have. What they do in gold, I don't know. All I know is that they're loaded with dollars. And I don't think China's a big holder of gold. They were too busy playing the illuminous import-export game, free trade, globalization, etc. And so in the future, a time's going to come when they can't affect the market anymore on any kind of basis over a week, we'll say. And so what the gentleman had to say was incorrect. Just dead out incorrect. And ever since BNN has changed management, It's become another talking piece, just like CNBC is, for the Illuminists. So I don't watch it anymore.
President Hugo Chavez has said that the country's armed forces are ready for a war with Colombia should Bogota provoke it. Is this due to the FARC guerrillas in Colombia?